scrambled eggs. So what are we doing? We're doing some chicken thighs. I'm doing chicken thighs with it's bone-in chicken thighs with a Dijon mustard sauce, if you will. Love this stuff. The Dijon just adds this whole nother layer of flavor to everything. Basically, what we're gonna sear down some chicken thighs. I'm gonna season the chicken thighs with. Just don't make fun of my label. It's mine. It's basically some dried jalapeno, some cayenne pepper, some paprika, a little bit of sage, a little bit of oregano, a little bit of basil, a little bit of parsley, lots of garlic, paprika, onion powder, black pepper, white pepper, salt. So yeah, that's what I use on my chicken. And well, anyway, we're gonna sear the chicken down, get the skin nice and crispy, take the chicken out. We're gonna have some potatoes in there with the chicken, get those kind of crisp up a little bit, and then we're gonna take that out. We're gonna run it down the fat down out of some andouille. For the andouille, I'm using Adele's. Outside of the southern Louisiana area, this is about the best thing I found, really. This and I think Sam's has a decent one too, but this stuff rocks. This is about as close as I can find to real andouille. So we're gonna render this down. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cook down some diced onions, some diced celery. We're gonna add a little bit of white wine to that to deglaze the pan, get all the good flavor bits out. Cook that down, let that wine reduce down by half. Then we're gonna add in a little bit of chicken stock, let that reduce by half. We're gonna add a little bit of heavy cream, some Dijon mustard, some whole grain mustard, along with a mixture of this is gonna be green onion, basil, um, lots of garlic, lots of garlic. You know me, I love my garlic. Along with some thyme, some rosemary, and just a touch of sage. So that's going to go in there. When it's all said and done, and that kind of cooks up, we're going to add some fresh grated. This is Asiago and Parmesan cheese. I like both blended together. Let that help tighten up the sauce a little bit. Put the chicken and potatoes back in. Throw it in the oven for about 20 minutes at 400 degrees. Let that cook through. Let's get this started. I want to season my chicken. I dry my chicken, season my chicken, and sear my chicken. Season up our chickens. What you do for one side, you got to do to the other. Got to be fair. We got to spread it around. I use this Amish wool butter. I haven't seen this till I moved to Ohio, so I don't know what the equivalent would be elsewhere. But that changes the game as far as a lot of these cream sauces go. Let's heat it up. I'm going to hit this with a little bit of oil first, just some regular cooking oil. Then I'm going to go in with some olive oil. Doing a blended oil like that because I want the smoky point to increase. Olive oil just burns way too low, and I don't want to scorch it or go rancid. Inside first, because I want that skin to get crispy. And we're not going to touch it once it hits the bottom of the pan. Don't touch it for at least 8 minutes. Chicken's down. We're going to go ahead and drop the potatoes in. And we'll check back in about 7 or 8 minutes. All right, for 7 minutes, 8 minutes rather. Let's see what we got. It's been another 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take the chicken out. To the pan, we're going to add in andouille. Get some of that pasta render out. And we're going to take that out too in just a few minutes. It's not going to take long with that. So it's nice and hot. And then we're going to drop in the onion and the celery. While this is in here fresh, I'm going to go ahead and drop in a little bit of Cajun seasoning. I want that to be that's a nice flavor base for this sauce. We just want to cook these so they're soft, then we're going to drop in the wine. Make sure that you got your roux spoon that you get up all the little flavor bits at the bottom. We'll go ahead and add in all the herbs and the garlic now. I wish y'all could smell this. It smells like heaven right now. All right, drop in some wine. The Pinot Grigio. Basically, you want to just let this do its thing and reduce by half. So just let it go. The wine reduced quite a bit, so we can go ahead and add in some chicken stock. But equal parts chicken stock to the wine we added. We're going to let this reduce after as well. It's got a little bit to go still. Man, it's looking good though. It smells good. All right, see where we're at now. Oh yeah, it's perfect. So we'll go ahead and add in some cream, some butter, And let that come up to a boil real quick. Drop the heat just a little bit. And we're going to add a little bit of chicken base as well. Touch more cream. A little more butter. And maybe about a tablespoon worth of whole grain mustard. A tablespoon worth of Dijon mustard. Get all of that kind of combined together. See that butter really finishing it off like that? Man, that was good. Drop the heat really low now. Off, really. So we're going to add in a little bit of that Parmesan and Asiago cheese. I always have the problem. I always shred more than I need. And I end up putting it in a canister for later. Taste test it real quick. Oh my God. That's phenomenal. Add back in the andouille. Chicken back in. All right, we're going to drop this in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, after about 18 minutes is what we did this time. That's what we got.